this video, I do just want to say this is my own rabbit's diet. I know that a lot of people do feed their rabbits different types of pellets, different things, and etc. But this is my own rabbit's diet. So yeah, whatever I'm saying in this video is just coming off the top of my head. I'm not reading this from anywhere or anything like that. So I hope you enjoy the video and thanks for watching. Hi everyone, so it's going to be a video on my rabbit's diet. So just laid out in front of me here, I just have the products which are actually involved in my rabbit's diet. So before I start my diet video, I just want to show you the new look to the shed, I guess. So basically yesterday, myself and my dad spent the whole day making a whole new roof. So the lighting's a bit bad, but basically we made a whole new roof, and then I painted the shed like this brownie colour, which is just on there. And we use like slots of wood just to make a new roof, as I said. So we basically applied a new roof on top of the old roof just to make it a bit more weather resistant. And then we use this new felt here, which has been all tacked down and stuff. So yeah, that's just like the new sort of look to the shed, and this will be great in the winter because it will help keep the piggies warm and dry. So now I'm going to move on to the actual diet video. So the first thing you need to include in your rabbit's diet, of course, is hay. Now, if you're new to getting a rabbit, you must most certainly do your research and everything, because you'll need to know that rabbits need hay. I think it's 80% of the rabbit's diet is actually hay. It is recommended that you do feed your rabbit Timothy hay. I have some Timothy hay here, and then here we have meadow hay. I normally feed my rabbits meadow hay, but I got some of this Timothy hay as a sample. And I am considering buying Timothy hay to actually feed the bunnies and piggies, just because it's so much better quality, and it's long and stalky, which is great for their teeth as well. But meadow hay is also really good, and it's really refreshing green. And the meadow hay which I get is actually the pillow wad meadow hay and it includes bits of like forage, I guess, so it includes some leaves and other bits and bobs inside of the hay, which is really good as well. So you must make sure that you are providing hay all day, every day. Make sure it never runs out, like in their cage or anything like that, and wherever they are, they always have access to fresh hay, because that's key in a rabbit's diet. So what I like to do is stuff balls like this with hay. I also fill up hay racks and hanging baskets for when they run as well. But over night time, what I always do is just stuff this ball for fudge with hay, and then I put Diego's like in different areas of his cage and in little tubes as well. But yeah, this is what I do to fudge, and at the moment I've just stuffed him some fresh meadow hay in there, and I'm going to also put him some of this in there in a second. But yeah, that's just part one to the rabbit's diet, and which is hay, of course. So the next part of a rabbit's diet is actually vegetables and like fresh greens and forage and stuff like that, but I don't have any of I don't have any of that at the moment, just because I don't feed vegetables every single day. I tend to feed vegetables around about every 2 days, I guess, to the bunnies, just because too much vegetables can actually cause upset stomachs and then runny poos and stuff like that. So I do tend to give my rabbits vegetables around about every 2 days. So vegetables which are actually really good for bunnies include romaine lettuce, curly, kale, spring greens, mainly all the greeny sort of things which are quite good for bunnies as well. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to fruit. So fruit shouldn't be fed into your rabbit's diet too often, just because of the natural sugar content. A lot of fruit does contain a lot of high natural sugars, which of course isn't really good. So that should be fed not very often. So now I'm going to move on to pellets. So there is a lot of pellets out there which you can feed your bunnies. I have chosen to feed my bunnies on the Harrington's Optimum Rabbit Food, and the appearance of these look like this. So I'm sure you've all seen these before because they are quite common. Other pellets you can get include these here, which are the Supreme Science Selective pellets, which are really good for fibre content. They have 25% fibre and they look like this. Now I tend to mix these in with my bunnies' Harrington's pellets, just because they really do enjoy these. All the pellets you can get include Excel are quite common. Here I just have an example of the Supreme Science Selective Mature Bunny pellets. They just look like this, like a round sort of thing. They're for bunnies 4+, and they are Timothy hay based. We have more selective pellets there, and then we have the Just for Pets Nutri Pro pellets. They look similar to the Harrington's pellets, just a bit longer. And once again, these are mixed in with my bunnies pellets, just for more of a selection. And they also use the treat as well. When you are actually picking your rabbit's pellets, you do want to make sure that you get the one with the highest fibre content. So I know Harrington's doesn't have the highest fibre content, but that is the food which I've seen my bunnies do best on in comparison to Excel in particular. They do so much better on, and he's nicking Diego's hay through the bars. My bunnies do the best on Harrington's, but they do also adore selective, so I've started to mix that in, so they're going to sort of have a 50-50 from selective and Harrington soon. You just always want to consider the fibre content. Don't buy muesli because that's not very good at all, and it does cause selective feeding in your rabbits. Of course, a lot of it is quite sugary as well, so your bunnies will more than likely pick out the sugary bits and leave all the healthy bits, I guess, such as the pellets and stuff. I'm going to quickly move on to treats just because my camera's about to die. So I've chosen to have pellets and other healthy treats as my rabbit's treats, just because I prefer to keep my rabbit's diet as natural, I guess, as possible. And then I don't really like to feed too many commercially bought, like pet store bought, so should I say, treats, just because I don't really like them and the content of them's not always that good. So I like the Excel brand of treats. So here I have the Excel apple snacks, and the bunnies just get these as a little treat. I also like the brand Wag for treats, so in here I'll just have the Wag treats. I can't actually open it because I've only got one hand and my camera's about to die. Let me just try. No, I can't open it, but those can be seen in my rabbit and guinea pig treat video, which is actually already up, and I'll put the link in the description to that. We have the dried forage mixes, which I do like to include in my rabbit's diet on sort of like a daily to every 2 days basis, and these are the Burgess Excel Country Garden Herbs and the Burns Dandelion. These are completely natural, they're just like dried dandelion and garden herbs. So I've mixed them all together along with a tiny bit of alfalfa, loose alfalfa hay, and that's just in there, and I'll basically show you what I do with this on a daily basis. So here I have Fudge's bowl, and here I have my little measuring scoop. So what I'm going to do now is just take my Harrington's pellets and just show you how much I give to Fudge and Diego. I give my rabbits their pellets once a day on the evening at around about 7 o'clock, and it's just gone past 7 o'clock now, so the bunnies, well, Fudge, I've already gave Diego his, but Fudge especially is looking for his food because he's eating all Diego's hay. Well, not all of Diego's hay, but the bit of Timothy I've just stuck through the bars. So yeah, basically what I do is just take my little tablespoon, and then I do 2 tablespoons of the Harrington's pellets, because that is perfectly, like a perfect amount, and that's about an egg cup full. Then today what I'm going to do is just get the selected pellets, and then just take a really small pinch full, so that's 5 pellets, is it? Yeah, that's just 5 pellets of those. And then I'm going to take the mature pellets, and then just do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that is it for the pellets. Now in terms of the dried forage, what I just do is just go in the bag, take a pinchful, like a generous sort of pinch, and then put that on top of his food. Give that bit of mix about, like that. And that is basically what I feed my rabbits on a daily basis. Putting like dried forage on top of your rabbit's food also does actually encourage them to sort of dig down a bit for the good bits of their food, I guess, because their bunnies will absolutely go crazy, mine especially for pellets. So if you put like hay and stuff on top of them, it encourages them to sort of, I guess, forage to get to the pellets. Another way to encourage natural foraging in rabbits would be to put hay and pellets into boxes like this. In this box here I just have a mix of Timothy and meadow hay, and then I've put some forage in there for him, dried forage, and then I just put that in his cage, and then he has to just sort of either chew the box to pieces or just get in the box, well, not get in the box, but put his head inside the box and just eat the contents. But what Fudge likes to do is sort of tip the box about just to empty the contents. So at this point my camera actually did die, but what I was basically saying is what Fudge likes to do with his little boxes that I give him is tip it about and like toss it around his cage just to empty the contents of the box. Now doing things like this really does provide some stimulation for your rabbit as well, and it's a really good thing to do. Another thing to stimulate your rabbit would be to scatter feed them. So basically you just put their pellets around their hutch or their shed or their indoor cage or wherever that they live, and that way that definitely encourages natural foraging as well. So as you will have noticed, I didn't actually include water in this diet, and the reason for that is just because I did want to just include all of the dry stuff into this video. So of course water is definitely needed in every single animal's diet. So yeah, that's the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry the ending is like voice recorded. My camera died, I think I've already said that, but never mind. Thanks for watching.